Do, 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 do.
I know.
Just getting
Yay.
ready.
Hi.
Hope everybody's doing good. Um,
Hello. Hi, guys. How's
up,
everyone?
up. Hold on. Actually,
I think
one of
someone's
my
trying to.
stories is jumping the gun here, people.
I'm like, is someone trying to get into the Zoom? What is happening? What voice is that?
Hopefully, you guys didn't hear that, but if you did, that's one of the stories that we'll be talking about
We've been
later on
hijacked.
in the show, right?
Like, sounds like
But
the
like
police.
always, right?
Sorry.
um, we're gonna wait a little bit, give people enough time to come in, get comfortable. Like we always
Yeah.
say, sit back, relax. I hope you guys got your drink ready, whatever it is that you get comfortable. You're on the couch, you're in
Get
bed,
some coffee or some
get some
wine. Get
coffee.
some
Ooh,
wine.
wine.
It's Friday Eve. Get some
It's
wine.
Friday. What wine would you suggest? In any particular red wine, white
Ooh.
wine?
Ooh. Hmm.
I'm
White,
gonna just
sweet.
say
I'm a sweet wine person. I don't really. I like prosecco.
there it is, Prosecco. If you are at home and you have some Prosecco wine, please
Prosecco's
pour
my
yourself a nice glass.
favorite. Yeah, have you had that? It's
No, I haven't.
sparkling wine.
Okay, I'm gonna have to try it.
Yeah,
Prosecco. I'm gonna have to try that. I'm
prosecco.
not a big wine drinker. Had a very, very, very now I won't say bad experience, but a
Ooh.
very rough experience when I first started drinking wine. It was a wild.
Right, you can't have a lot of wine. Wine will give you a very bad hangover. Like you have to be
Oh
very careful with the
man,
wine.
it was wild. It was
Yeah,
wild. But
yeah.
um, give it a couple more minutes so
Okay.
people can slowly starting to come into the chat.
Come into the chat,
Um, but while
everybody.
we're waiting to start, everybody, let us know how your week's been since the last time we got to talk and see each other. So please put in the
Yay.
chat, put in the description.
Yes.
Let us know how your week has been while we send out, get ready for the show.
Yeah, guys. We're almost at Friday.
Yes, and
I,
we got an
I,
action pack.
yeah, there's a lot going on this week. It was a busy news week. It was an interesting news week. That's for sure.
Yes, it was.
There's like fake outrage everywhere. It's like you just get whiplash because every time you turn around, like some GOP was upset about some something, just anything and
Right?
everything. Like it was just so crazy. It was
Oh,
definitely crazy. And I am ready when you are. I have sent out my links.
yes. I am ready. Shout out to everybody, the usual suspects. I see the chat room is starting to fill up. So, with that being said, I am ready.
Am ready
All
when
right.
you are. I have sent out. That's my
Oh, I'm
thing.
about to
Why is that so?
say.
Somebody else came into the chat. I'm looking like, where did that come from? My phone. What is going on with these electronics today? They have a mind of their own. Sorry,
They do.
everyone.
No, that this is great. This is how we
Yeah,
do it. Hey,
yeah,
when it's live, yo, anything can happen.
yeah.
But for everybody that is returning, thank you. Shout out to all the usual suspects. You guys help make this show possible. You guys support us. I love it. I love you guys. So thank you. But if you're new, welcome. We are a local online news show. We talk about local, national, and international news. I am your co-host, Aaron Casey.
I am Lana Quest, your host.
There it is. There it is. And again, this is What's Up People News. So we're just going to get right into it, people.
Yeah,
As we do every week, this
let's
is your
go.
first reminder. Please like, share, subscribe, hit that
Yes,
like button. We're trying to affect the YouTube algorithm. That is real, people. So please hit that like button.
yes.
But with that, let's get into the quick news.
Let's go.
Up first, of course, we got to talk about Florida, what's going on with COVID, Ron DeSantis, and Trump. It's a lot. Mass mandates are starting to come back into the mainstream topic, and they got a lot to say. So I'll make sure everything that we do talk about will be in the description after the show, so you guys can check these links out.
They have a lot of negative things to say. Let's just clarify. It's nothing great what they're saying. It's all the same. Mask bad.
But yeah, you guys will definitely check that out. Moving right along, kind of building on that last article, Pfizer has talked about, according to their data, we might have to get a third shot. Again, it's dealing with the Delta variant. You guys check out that article. It's a lot. But moving right along, again, this is what's going on. This is what's happening. People, please, if you haven't gotten vaccinated, please go online. There's places, numbers that you can get a hold of, where you can schedule get your shot. And so I'll have an update, and I'll make sure if you're in the state of Massachusetts to have a link where you can find out where its local vaccination location is. Again, I'll make sure to have that in the description. Moving right along, we have, let me do that. Remington, the gun manufacturer, has to pay $33 million to the Sandy Hook victims, or the victims of Sandy Hook. Sorry about that. This is a big deal. And back in the mid-90s, there was a law that was passed that barred gun manufacturers from being held accountable. There we go. Being held accountable.
Right.
But in this
That's
particular
right.
case, but in this particular case, the lawyers went at the angle of marketing. And that's why they marketed like military, looks cool. The way they marketed, basically saying was marketed in a way that enticed teens to go out and purchase AR-15s. Hey, you want to look like you're in the military, things like that. I'll make sure you guys check that article out. Moving right along. This is actually some real cool news. I just found out about this. But if you guys remember the Bad Boys artist Shine, who got in trouble with that whole situation with P. Diddy and J-Lo in the nightclub. That was a crazy situation. But this is kind of showing you redemption, regardless of what you did in your past. You know, stay strong, do the right thing. You can make yourself a better person. And this is exactly what he did. Shine is the new leader of the Belize opposition. So he's basically in government right now. He actually did an interview with P. Diddy talking about, you know, how he got to that position, what his plans are and outlook for Belize, trying to reform and just make it a better country. So that's dope. If you are a Bad Boys fan and all of that, remember the artist, to see this and to see where he's at now is awesome. So I'll make sure you guys check out that as well. Moving right along, of course, if you guys haven't heard, the voices that keep popping up in the background is actually talking about a Frito-Lay's worker who had a on-the-job injury. He was on the working dock, pressed the button to raise the garage door, got electrocuted. He's in bad pain. The company basically cut off all his insurance, everything that he's going through, all the issues he has to deal with the hospital, he's paying out of pocket. This goes back to health insurance, why we need Medicare for all. But definitely check out that article. It's definitely sad to see what he has to go through and what he's been going through. But moving right along, again, this is quick news, people. So we gotta fire these off quickly. But this is so there's a lawyer by the name of Dozinger, Stephen Dozinger. He actually represented some indigenous people against the big oil company Chevron in a big environmental case. Long story short, Dozinger won in a rare win for indigenous people against big oil tycoons. You know, they got all oil companies. They have all the money, resources, evil lawyers, this, that, and the third. Well, he beat them at their own game and helped out a group of people who really needed it. And now Chevron is retaliating, and they got him found guilty of criminal contempt. I won't get into the details about that, but it just shows how if you're doing what's good for the people, you know, the corporations will come and try to do everything to take you down. So, but check out, that's a very interesting read just to see what he did. So check that out as well. Moving right along, for everybody in the state of Massachusetts, this is some real good news. We talked about this lady so many times. Our DA Rachel Rollins, she has been tapped. Another Massachusetts politician has been tapped by the Biden administration. She has been nominated to be the top federal prosecutor for the state of Massachusetts. You know, she don't take no mess.
Yeah.
She don't take no mess.
So she basically works under Merrick Garland. Like I had to look up like exactly what her job was with Biden, you know, appointing her to this. So she works under Merrick Garland and she oversees the prosecutors here in Massachusetts. So yay, congratulations to her. That's amazing.
So big shout out. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And again, all this information stuff that we're talking about will be in the description after the show. So moving right along, for everybody that likes to gaze at the stars like myself, I do like looking at stars and try to find planets and things like that. Last night and tonight, there has been a meteor shower. So if everybody likes to do that, it is late at night. It's called the Delta, unfortunately, Delta meteor shower. And if you do want to catch it, it is between the hours of 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. So if you're up at that time, look outside. You might see a meteor shower. You know, I'm gonna try to be up, probably not, but that will be something dope to see. I don't know if you remember Halley's Comet. I remember that came by back in '95, I think it was, or sometime. I don't know, but it was crazy. Check that out, 2 to 3:30 a.m. tonight, meteor shower in the sky. And lastly, we've talked about this before. This just proves that we have to be more resilient. We have to get the word out. But 230 GOP lawmakers, basically the whole GOP in Congress, has called on the Supreme Court to either very much weaken or entirely reverse or overturn Roe v. Wade. We've talked about this in previous shows. The Supreme Court has taken up the case dealing with abortion from Mississippi. I've also had links to different things with the governor of Mississippi talking about how happy he is that the Supreme Court is taking this up and overturn it. We'll definitely keep you updated as more information about this comes out. But again, check out this article so y'all can know what's going on. But with that being said, that is the end of quick news, y'all. That was quick. That was quick. But with that being said, I'm about to pass the mic off to Miss Quest. What you got for us?
Let's go. Let's play a game. But before we play the game, I do want to say I noticed that Sergio, Frank, and Brent entered the chat. So you're just in time for Guess the Quote. If I missed someone in the chat that is new, I apologize. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't really see it that well. And I don't put the glasses on until the last moment. If you are new to this game, I am going to read some quotes. They are not paraphrases. They are paraphrases. They are not word for word. I'm going to read it. You guess who said the quote. I also have a couple of questions thrown in there as well. To the people, our regular usual suspects, you guys know how to play the game. So let's go. First quotes. Are you guys ready? Is everyone ready?
Let's do it. Let's do it. Right. I was just talking to the chat real quick. Just wanted to say, hey, everybody, welcome. Hi. But let's get it.
All right. First quote. I'm still recovering from those hugs and kisses. If those are hugs and kisses, we should go to his house and do them. Who said that quote this week? I'm still recovering from those hugs and kisses. If those are hugs and kisses, we should go to his house and do them. I guess I'll put these on to help me.
Hugs and kisses.
Hugs and kisses. I'm still recovering from those hugs and kisses. Very good, Michelle P. Officer Garnell. Oh, Garnell. I'm not sure. Yes, he said that, and he was referring to Trump saying that, it was a big party. They were showing some love. So he's like, hey, if that was love and those were hugs and kisses, let's like Trump get some of those hugs and kisses. But he actually backtracked that statement because he didn't want to seem like he was inciting violence against the former guy. So he did do that. Next quote. Let's see. We are human beings. Nobody is perfect. So yes, it is okay not to be okay.
Oh, I think I know this one. Because someone put it on a t-shirt. Or something similar to that, I should say.
We're human beings. Nobody is perfect. So yes, it is okay not to be okay. Come on, chat. Let's get. They're a little behind. Oh, not Simone Biles, but very close. A former Olympic medalist.
I'm gonna say.
If I say his, yeah, yes, Michael. I got Phelps. One. Michael, Marjorie Taylor Greene, no Mary. Terry Crews, no. Michael Phelps, good job. Let's see. This is an awful quote, but I'm going to read it anyway. If anyone is just now tuning in, please, everyone in the chat, let them know that this is not me saying these words. Okay. We are raising a generation of weak people like Simone Biles. Who said that this week? I mean, I know all of the Republican Party, but let's just kind of break it down. We are raising a generation of weak people like Simone Biles. Who said that?
Is it I'm gonna let the chat go, but
I know the chat knows this. Yeah, good infinite content. Infinite got it.
A hint. You got it?
Yeah, he got it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Is that who you thought? Yeah, good job, yes. Kirk. Yep.
Yes, I was about to say the name of his. What is it? Political?
No, it was
It don't
Charlie
even
Kirk,
matter.
guys. Yeah, Kirk. Yep, Kirk. Kirk coming in. Kirk coming in. Not Cruz, Sergio, but it does sound like something Cruz would say, and he probably said
Yeah,
something similar,
and
actually.
Charlie Kirk has no room. He's there's no athletic bone
It,
in his
just,
body.
just trash. Just a bunch of impotent racists. Just saying anything. Next quote: "The indifference shown to my colleagues is disgraceful. Nothing has prepared me to address these elected members who continue to deny the events." And he actually slammed his fist. The
Hmm.
indifference shown to my colleagues is disgraceful. Nothing has prepared me to address these elected members who continue to deny the events of January 6th.
I'm thinking.
The indifference shown to my colleagues is disgraceful. Nothing has prepared me to address these elected members who continue to deny the events of January 6th. Officer Dunn, close, Fanon, correct. It is Fanon.
But no, it's
Yes,
okay.
yes. Officer Fanon. I like him. All right, so we're going to wrap it up. I have a couple of bonus questions. Let's go. Which one do I want to give you? I write a bunch down, so I'm just trying to choose which. Okay. In what state is the Attorney General suing its own city for implementing a mask mandate?
Ooh,
This happened this week.
I was about to say, ooh,
In what state is the Attorney General, the state's Attorney General, suing its own city for implementing a mask mandate?
I'm gonna have to
Not,
go with infinite.
not Kansas. The
Oh,
Kansas is close. Missouri. Good job. Oh my God. Good job. I didn't
see,
think
that's
you'd
why
be able to
that's
guess
I
that.
said I was gonna go with
Yeah.
infinite because he on
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
on point.
Definitely. Yeah. In Missouri, the Missouri AG is suing St. Louis because y'all can't wear those masks. Mask bad. It's just so ridiculous.
Ah,
Okay. Oh, here's another great one. Another great state. Hey, in what state does a pastor call the Delta variant nonsense and has said he will turn away churchgoers wearing masks?
oh,
Oh
oh.
my God. Yeah. Sergio got that. Wait, are they talking about this question or the last one? I'm so confused. Is that,
We're gonna have to put numbers.
I
So
don't
then
know.
we'll have to have them put numbers for this so we
Yeah,
can.
I'm not sure what if they're answering to this one. In what state does a pastor call the Delta variant nonsense and has said he will turn away churchgoers with masks?
Oh, we got the whole country over here.
Okay, I don't, it's not Vermont, it's not California, it is Texas. Sergio, I don't know if you were answering to the last question or this question, but you're correct. It's Texas.
Right?
All right, let's do one more question. One more.
One more. Let's
One more.
do it. Let's do it.
Who is the second? No. We're not going to do that. How many gold medals so far have we won in the Olympics?
Oh, that's a good one. I have no clue. Wait, so
To
I don't
date.
know.
How many have we won to date? Some say I don't care. I don't care. Hey, it's just a game. It's a game here. I get it. I know, but it is a game. So,
Oh, now are we talking about for just this Olympics or for all the Olympics?
no, just this Olympics.
I want to
14.
say
Good.
14.
14. Yeah, we won
Oh,
14.
cool.
Yeah,
That's good. I
14.
was about to say 4.
Can anyone name 3 of the sports? Well, just I mean, there's more sports, but can y'all give me 3?
Nope. I
Fencing.
personally
Come
can't.
on, women's basketball.
Oh, they did? Oh, that's
Yes.
right.
Yeah, come on.
Right.
That's good.
That is good.
Yeah, women's basketball, swimming, fencing, taekwondo. Yeah.
Was it? We rocking.
Yeah, we
It's
got it.
hard because you like normally you would see like 18 different stations
Right.
broadcasting the
Right. And they're
Olympics.
not, right.
Yeah, so it's hard, but no, that's what's up. Let's USA, USA. You know,
I don't know. I don't know.
Eh,
I don't know.
yeah,
They were
no.
literally people were booing the men's basketball team.
Oh, they ain't doing too good.
Well, no,
This
they were
is
booing them because of BLM, but we're not going to get into that. You can get into your
oh
stories. That was why. That was
wow.
yeah. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Thank you
wow.
guys for playing. That was great.
Yes, that was highly entertaining. I love it. Hope you guys enjoyed that. And we do that every week, so
Yeah.
definitely. Other than when we do interviews, but you guys get it. So, yeah, I'm about to get into my topic for tonight. The first one is kind of more of a update about what's going on with the different moratoriums, different programs that have been going on since COVID. And unfortunately, a lot of them are ending. Federal housing protections are ending soon. Um, this kind of goes back into when we were talking about housing last week. Um, Rent is crazy. People who are paying rent are paying like mortgage. Like mortgages are cheaper for a 3-bedroom house, a home
Mhm.
that you call your own, that you can paint, put nails, do whatever you want. A 2-bedroom apartment has a higher price than a mortgage. Like it's insane right now. But unfortunately, um, it's the relief programs are ending soon. A lot of families will be evicted, and something has to be done. We gotta get. I think Biden was trying to extend the eviction moratorium
Right.
um, because a lot of places are saying that it's hard to hire people. Um, but if I don't know if you're not paying a good price, I mean any job is a good job, right? Flat
Right.
out.
Right.
But a lot of people, it's difficult because some people don't need it, but they gotta have somebody watch the kids. Like it's a very very tough situation for a lot of families right now. So I know we gotta convince Congress, politicians. We gotta be out there making noise saying, hey, we need help, and people are out there protesting, saying help. Hello, we're right here. What's
Right.
going on? So unfortunately, that's one of the programs that will be ending soon. Unemployment benefits have actually been extended to Labor Day. Um,
Wow.
I'm not I'm not good. Sorry about that.
You okay?
Little little hot. Little sorry about that, everybody.
It's okay.
Um, but it has been extended to Labor Day. So hopefully between now and then, people can start getting jobs, finding employment, so that they can pay their bills, so they won't get
Right.
evicted.
Right.
It's a cycle. It's a cycle, and they're trying to hit us from every direction.
Yeah.
Um, and unfortunately, a lot of people's health insurance is based on them having employment. And not a lot of states has something that we have for if you don't have a job, we have mass health. That's for people, low income, people who are unemployment. They still have a way to access health care when they need it. Now, it's not like the full gamut, but
Right.
it's better than nothing.
Right.
You do get the basics. I don't think there's a copay, but a lot of states don't have programs like this. And if they do, they're very lacking in a lot of areas. A lot of areas that you would think, okay, this should be standard. I should be able to walk into an ER, things like that. Little minor things. But again, if people don't have a job, they don't have health insurance, which means that people are getting sick. It's an endless cycle, and this
Right.
definitely has to change. This is why we need people in office who understand these issues, who understand what's going on, people who understand healthcare. Um,
Mm-hmm.
uh, Me and Miss Quest were fortunate enough to be on a call with a gentleman who knows a lot about healthcare last night, Brent Heinrich.
Yeah.
He was answering questions, talking about different issues. Now, they were specific for his state, and kind of, you know, in particular to that, but he was asking questions that were general that he could do to help, not just the state, but the country, certain plans, things like that. So I'll make sure to have a link to our interview because unfortunately I don't.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have the interview with him last night. Somebody else was posting it, but I will have a link to our interview with him in the description of the show. But I'm gonna move right along. Um, I'm kind of gonna uh, stop right there on this particular issue and topic because I want to get on to my main topic for the night. And
Okay.
then after that, I'll pass the mic off to Miss Quest. But one of the things I want to talk about that's very important, very dear to me, is mental health. And of course, you've been seeing what's going on with Simone Biles. You've seen what was going on with Nome Osaka. Nami,
Naomi. Naomi.
Naomi. There you
Mm-hmm.
go. Naomi Osaka. Um, the stress and the pressures that they both have been enduring. They are the top of their class in their respective fields. Um, they're the elite of the elite. The
Mm-hmm.
LeBron James, like in basketball, Michael Jordan for people a little older. But they are elite, and they have a lot of weight and pressure on them to perform at a high level. And with that pressure, training every day, look at what's going on right now with COVID and Delta variant. And of course, there have been a lot of Olympians who have um, tested positive for COVID while at the games this year. So there's a lot of things going on. And for me, if someone says they have something going on mentally, you shouldn't look down. You shouldn't have negative comments and say, "Oh, they're a disgrace to the country," this, that, and third. Like, if you can't relate, all you should do is give your support. If you don't understand what's going on,
Right.
be quiet. Don't say anything. Just sit back. Let the people who do know what's going on advise. The people who do understand mental health and the different levels of it, let them talk. Let them speak. But mental health is a serious issue, um, and it's not something to be looked down on. We've in the past have done we've done a 3-part series on mental health. I'll make sure you guys can check that out as well. Um, but it's something that should be talked about, especially in the
Right.
Black community. It's definitely a big stigma amongst the young and old.
Right.
Um, and family members not being able to address it because they may not know, they may not have resources, and majority of the time it's just something that's swept under the rug.
Right.
Oh, auntie's always been like that. don't
Right.
don't 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 worry about her. Or
Right.
uncle, he weird, he be off in the woods, and
He
don't
drinking.
he
He's
drinking,
drinking.
right? he
He just
he
drunk.
he drunk. Like they push it onto that, and by saying it like that, you're downplaying a serious issue.
Right.
Maybe they were traumatized by something in their past, uh, something that's current, something that we don't know about. One, because the idea of talking is shunned on, because who wants to hear that? Well, if you don't talk about what's going on, you're going to bottle it up, you're going to hold it in, and it's going to either come out at the wrong time. You're going to have, create your own mental issues and things like that. So when Simone Biles or Miss Osaka, when they talk about this, we shouldn't look down on it. Especially, we should look at it like, hey, you're an elite athlete. You train while we're still sleeping.
Right.
Like they're
Mhm.
up
Right.
training in their sports, whether it's gymnastics or tennis or basketball, football, baseball, track. They are putting their bodies on the line. They're putting their social, you know, agenda with their not friends, because they have friends on the team, but their personal friends, friends that they grew up with, friends they went to school with, family members, where they have a boyfriend, kid, whatever. They say, hey, you know what? I love you guys. I respect you, but this is what I want to do. So it's there's a lot that goes into it. And again, to discredit somebody who's going through something, who's not at who knows personally that they're not at their best, you can't shun them for that. And to kind of switch it up a little bit, I do think there's another element involved in that. And there's an article that came out a couple of days, I would say maybe 4 days before Miss Biles came out and said that she was stepping away. Um, as we know, she's the best. She's light years ahead of the competition in every way, whether it be the balance beams, the uneven bars, her floor routine. She's a beast. Like, what can you say? But well, according to this article, the Olympic Committee would downplay her routine. Because the way it works is they submit their routine before we actually see it. Kind of submit like that. Maybe it's a video or kind of like a form talking about their routine. And the judges then base their score off what the person actually does based on what they wrote. So they say, hey, I'm going to do a flip, I'm going to do a somersault, and I'm going to do a back handspring into a back tuck. I used to do gymnastics on that. But anyway, they'll write that down. And then the judges will perform or give them a score on how they perform based off of that. They said they were going to downplay because the move she does is just it's other people would hurt themselves. And I think that may have played a part in her, like, yo, I trained all my life, 5 years to perfect these routines. And now that I'm on the big stage to perform, you're not going to give me the credit or the score that I deserve for the difficulty of my routine. Like that's kind of messed up. That would affect me too. That would affect anybody. But I'm gonna wrap it up about this. But please, people, if somebody's saying they're going through something, if they have mental issues, don't look down on them. Don't shun on them. Support them. Ask them what's wrong. Talk to them. Because we all need that. We're human. Nobody
Right.
wants to be alone. So with that being said, I will pass the mic off to Miss West. Take it away.
I'm just gonna add a little bit to that story, if you
Hmm.
don't mind.
Yeah,
Um,
no, go
al-
right ahead.
Also, this has just been a week of full outrage. Like, it's the outrage about Simone Biles is just, it's fake. You know what I mean? This is how they raise their money. This is how they clickbait. That's all of that. And the other piece of they can do this, and they can get their followers to believe this, and to believe Simone Biles is like, oh, she's un-American, or she's lazy, or she's bowing out, is because of the old stereotypes they already have of people of color, Black women in particular. It's like we have high thresholds of pain, right? It's like we're
Hmm.
workhorses, right? It's like, they're grabbing that stuff from when we were enslaved and out picking that cotton and working from the crack of dawn until, late into the night with no break and no food. And they've definitely taken that and they've run with it. So when
Hmm.
someone like Simone Biles is saying, hey, I'm tired, I'm not well, it's like, hey, but you can keep going. Hey, but keep going. And they do that, the same thing with the basketball players, with the Black men. It's keep going. It's keep going. It doesn't matter. Michael Phelps had mental issues as well. Did they cancel him out like this? I don't think so. So they always want black and brown athletes or athletes of color to just shut up and do what they want us to do. Like we're for their entertainment. So I just wanted to say that.
No, I agree. I agree.
Get
I
that out
agree.
there because it's just and keeping in line with full outrage. It's a little some more full outrage this week. So Dakari Davis, a Dallas, Texas police officer, has gone to work with his cornrows in his hair. I guess there have been complaints, but nobody really, bothered him about that because he did his job. That's why he did his job. So a lieutenant came and reprimanded him about his cornrows and said that he was out of dress code. And I'm talking about this and I'm tired of talking about it, but I have to continue to talk about this because, like, you know, just to all of our allies that are watching us here, to all of our allies out there that see these stories, like you see what we're up against. It's like from the smallest of things to the largest of things. It's like he's a police officer doing his job, and you're concerned about his braids. Like, it's why? And went so far as to recommend he be fired because of his braids. It's like they don't want us in these jobs. Like that's just really that is the bottom line. They don't want us in the jobs. They don't want Simone Biles really to be the gymnast. Like them being outraged about it. Secretly, they're probably like, oh, this will give us a chance. Won't the medals won't go to the black girl because it is Team USA. However, they really don't want the black girl to take it home for them. Like you understand, right? Just like Obama was the president of the USA, which they claim that they love, but they ain't loved him, did they? So
Right.
right. So this is that fake outrage, right? Let's get him fired, like any little thing. And when I tell you, I'm talking to my allies, the non-people of color, when I tell you we always have to do better, we have to do extra, we have to come to work looking even better, even when my job says casual day. I'm not coming that casual, right? I ain't gonna be that casual. I'm still gonna look the part because they're gonna look at us a certain way. It doesn't apply to us. We have to work harder to get where we are because, as I said last week, the playing fields aren't level. There's no equity. So we have to work even harder. Simone had to work even harder, and they're actually pissed at her for it. So they're not outraged that she's not doing it. They're probably actually happy. They're celebrating. This is all faux outrage. Okay, and keeping in line with faux outrage, I have
More
another
full
story.
outrage.
There's more faux outrage. If you don't know what faux outrage is, it is fake outrage. So a former teacher by the name of I'm sounding like you.
I'm horrible with names, y'all. Y'all know that.
Asada Moore. Let's go with that. She's a former teacher and principal. She launched a Black Math Genius program. And boy, are the racists upset with her because how dare you have a Black Math Genius program? Why can't there be a genius program for all? Well, you know why? Because again, the playing fields are not level. She is trying to reach back to the underserved and get them interested in math because math is what's driving the world right now. Like you get an education in math, you're going to go someplace. So she wants to help them to realize their dream because, people hear math, they're already like, I'm like, where's the calculator? So she's got them like, calculating big figures in their heads. And it's so interesting because white people racist. I don't mean all white people, but they're calling this critical race theory. And so they're pissed at it. Like they're going, this is critical race theory. You should not be teaching these. Now, these are Black kids. You shouldn't be teaching these kids this. And this is what her answer was. This is a great quote. And I would have put it in the quotes, but you wouldn't have known who said it. But it is a great quote. She said, Black math genius does for Black students what practice does for athletes and what Trump does for racists, gives them strength. I love that quote because they're just up in arms because you know why? They don't want Black and brown kids to learn math, right? Because that means we may go someplace in life. That means, you know what? We may actually get some good jobs. Like, why would they want that? Right? That would just topple their whole white supremacist system. So that is more faux outrage. So, and lastly, I just wanted to talk about the committee hearing because this is what they should be outraged about. But there's no outrage. Imagine that. Go figure, right? No outrage. You have 4 grown men, Capitol Police officers, testifying and crying as they watch those insurrectionists invade that building, and as they fought for hours and didn't even know it was hours. They asked one guy, like, how long have you been holding the line? This wasn't at the hearing, but just while it was going on, because they were giving some of them relief, and he thought it was like 40 minutes or like an hour. They had been there 2 hours. They didn't even realize how long they had been fighting. And it's so crazy because, again, there's no outrage during this testimony. You know who they were outraged about? Actually, they were outraged. The GOP was outraged. Marjorie Taylor Greene was outraged. McCarthy, they were all outraged. Guess with whom? Black Lives Matter and Antifa?
Right? That seems like the right candidates that they would use.
They were also outraged by these 4 Capitol Police officers. They were pissed at them. They called them actors. They said that they were acting. We saw what was going on. I mean, you had Officer Dunn, who is the African-American Capitol Police officer, said that was the first time that he had ever been called the N-word in uniform. In uniform. And it's interesting because I just go back to the things that we talk about and how the posting of like Black history facts and the Black American history. And those are the ones that were targeted the most because how dare you be uppity? Like, who are you? Who do you think you are? So of course you were called the N-word, but he's there to do his job. So that was so striking to him because he's like, I'm actually protecting America. I am protecting democracy. And here you are calling me the N-word. That will bring a grown man to his knees and make him cry because it's so belittling. And then you have the white officers. And I'm not happy that any of this happened. So don't get me wrong, but good came out of this, right? Because I think Fanone was the one that was a Republican. I believe he voted Republican and voted for Trump. He got a glimpse of racism. They all did because they were like they were on the side of it because it's the same thing. Like, you're supposed to be the police in their minds. Police are the ones who police Black people. You know what I mean?
And that's it.
Right. You're supposed to be like this white nationalist. You're supposed to be on our side because one of the insurrectionists actually asked one of the officers, the white officers, whose side are you on? Are you my brother? Are you my brother? Wow. Right. Where do you fall? Right. And then at one point, Fanone, because they were going to shoot him with his own gun. We should kill him with his own gun. This is what he's testifying. And he had to say, I have a family. I have children. And I guess somebody helped him out of there. Guess who could not have said that? Who couldn't have said that? I have children and got empathy. Done. Because you know why? because they brutalize our kids.
It
It
would
wouldn't
have
have,
been done.
right. He would, no pun intended.
No pun intended. He would have. They would have like, yo, let's get it.
Yeah,
Especially
yeah.
if they have the audacity to call him the N word in uniform while he's
And
for wow.
protecting. And that's why this is why it's so outrageous, right? Don't get me wrong, I'm not a big police fan. Most Black people are not, even though we have them in our family. It's just a thing, right? But these men didn't deserve this, right? They did not
Yeah.
deserve this. He couldn't have run away from this. And the nerve of these Republicans to be running around that Capitol right now, like nothing happened. And these men still have to protect these racists.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they need to know who did this. Fanon said that. Who did this? We need to get to the bottom of this. Was this funded by someone? Who else is involved? What higher up helped this happen? Because at the end of the day, all of the Capitol Police that were involved must be in their head like, did he help? Did he open doors? Did he give
Mm-hmm.
tours? They still have to protect these a-holes.
Mm-hmm.
Still have to protect
And
these. Go ahead.
I wanted to add something to that.
Yeah.
I'm about to be cynical. I guess that's the word. I don't know. Where's Blue Lives Matter? Where are the people that say Blue Lives Matter when we seen the protesting after the George Floyd situation and every other situation over the past year, people protesting.
Right.
I heard Blue Lives Matter, police this, police that, police are
Right.
great, police are
Right.
awesome.
Right.
Where's those same people now? Where
No.
are they saying blue lives that these are police officers? They do,
Right.
protect and serve. So
Right. Right.
where's the blue lives matter? Where's that thin blue line that people
Right.
so fervently talked about? Oh wait, those were the same people that were attacking the police, beating the police.
Right.
That's but
Right. No,
I'm
because you know
confused.
why? No,
I'm
because
confused.
it's because they're separated out. When blue lives matter? When they're brutalizing Black and brown people. That is when blue lives matter. So if
Got
if
you.
you're
Got you.
protecting you that no, this is not blue lives matter. It's
Got you.
Chauvin, whoop whoop, blue lives matter. Right? Killed the Black man. So
Mm.
I mean, the outrage, it's just guys.
That's that faux outrage you
Is
was talking about?
that faux outrage, guys? So, in closing, I do want to congratulate because I forgot to do it before I started this because I got so excited. I do have two congratulations before or we wrap up the show. I want to congratulate Malik Senegal. He is 23 years old. He has made history as the youngest African American to be certified as a Boeing 777 pilot at
That's dope.
23 years old. African
And
American.
those are some big planes right there.
Yes, he is certified
The
to
seven
fly that.
series, woo, them some
Yeah.
big boys.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
congrats to him. That's what's up.
congrats to him. Congrats to Sunisa Lee, aka Suni Lee, who did win that she's the first Asian American to win the gold in the all around gymnastics. So congratulations to her. She's been through a lot. She lost her aunt and uncle to COVID. Her father
Oh
was
man.
paralyzed in a very bad accident. So congratulations to her and that family, the first Asian American to win the gold in the all around. So yay for them. So in
Awesome.
closing,
Awesome.
as we are trying to teach everyone, Black history is American history. And with that being said, we are going to read about Allensworth, born April 7th, 1842, died September 14th, 1914. Allen was born into slavery in Kentucky. He escaped during the American Civil War and became a Union soldier. Later, he became a Baptist minister and an educator. and was appointed as a chaplain in the United States Army. He was the first African American to reach the rank of lieutenant colonel. He planted numerous churches and in 1908 founded Allensworth, California, the only town in the state to be founded, financed, and governed by African Americans. That
Wow.
is Alan Allensworth. And also in closing, I want to thank our great chat. I want to
Yes.
thank, on behalf of the What's Up People News team, I want to thank the chat. I want to thank our new subscribers, our new viewers. I want to thank you all. Please like, share, and subscribe. Have a good weekend, everyone. Be safe. The variant is out there. And good night.
Good night. See you guys next week.